Aaron's on the Zoom.
I figured most people would be zooming in except for Harry, since we have to make some pictures.
Yeah, it's just the three of us, and actually, it's mostly Harry that has to sign things. But like this one right here, this is Secretary, you, me, and Harry all have to sign that one.
Or two or three. I don't
Well, and in
stack.
to be expected for legal documentations, there's a fair bit of redundancy, which I know that's just how it
This is
goes.
like the boilerplate you encounter at a closing, so.
Exactly.
See.
Gotta send Sue the Zoom link.
Morning.
Morning, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
We're just waiting on Sue to join the Zoom and Harry to join us in person, and then we'll kick it off.
Alrighty. It shows here that Charter-in-Law has
Oh,
joined.
perfect. That's Sue. Hey, good morning. Sue, can you hear us?
Well, I'm here. I'm just going to turn off my video briefly.
Okay.
Texted and said, looking for a link.
There's the same one on the website.
Well, I have no audio. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. Can you hear us now? Huh.
Let me try leaving and joining again.
Jim, can you join? Can you click on the link on the Aldo website just to confirm? Oh, there's Harry.
Yep.
So Erin's here. She just turned off her microphone and camera. Sue joined. She couldn't hear well, so she's going to try and rejoin.
There she is.
Tanya's here now. Okay.
Okay, well, yeah.
I think we're good.
I still have no audio if anyone's talking.
I'll try talking to test your audio.
Huh. I can hear you, Harry. And you can hear
Okay.
me?
Yep.
We can hear you, Sue. Let me get on the chat.
Alex is here.
Hey, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. I'm never coming home.
You like it that much, huh?
Well, it's just sad. It's the last time we'll be here.
Oh,
All right, I think we're all good. We're just waiting for Sue to figure out the reception of audio on her end. All right, Sue, what about now?
Now I can hear you, but I'm on my phone, so apologies.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, didn't have any problem yesterday.
Huh. Well, I think we have looks like we have a quorum and all of the necessary entities are here. Um, Jim is here in person. Everyone else is on Zoom. So Harry, I'll hand it over to you.
Oh, ha! Too early for me to be in charge. Okay, well, quorum being present, convene the meeting at 7:52. I also didn't bring an agenda,
I
but
can,
why don't we at least say who we are? Um, Will, you want to introduce yourself?
sure. Will Tracy, ALCS Director.
Aaron, I'm just going in the order you appear in my phone.
Erin Fitzgerald, GC member.
Alex,
Alexandra Tager, member.
Tanya,
Tanya Rivers, co-chair,
Jim, I
vice
realize.
chair, sorry.
Yeah, vice chair. That's right.
Yes,
Let's get that
vice chair,
straight.
sorry.
No worries. Jim, I left you off even though you're on the phone with Will there.
Hey, good morning, Jim McIntosh, secretary.
And Susan.
Sue Fox, legal counsel.
Thanks. And I'm Harry Brown, chair of the governing council. We have 7 documents to go over. And I don't have the agenda in front of me.
I'm going to share it on the screen for everyone.
Okay. Out for a bigger view.
Is that visible?
Yeah, thank you, Will. Appreciate it. Does anybody have anything to add to the agenda or change about the agenda? Hearing nothing, we'll proceed as presented. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. And Sue, you have no reason to change the order of these things?
Well, I did want to just mention that this supplemental resolution, which is item 4A, as an action item, if the governing council passes this, it necessarily approves B, C, D, E, F, and G, authorizes Harry, Will, and myself to finalize and get those documents executed on behalf of the governing council in preparation for this closing of the facilities acquisition and financing, which right now is scheduled for July 31st.
So how about we skip that and come back to it after G?
Well, yes, I mean, that's fine, but all I'm saying is that we don't necessarily need to, if we can go through B through G briefly and then go through the supplemental resolution, and then if you pass the supplemental resolution, we don't have to have separate items on B through G. Is that kind of what you're also?
That sounds perfect to me, Sue.
Okay. Okay, so I would just then recommend that we amend the agenda accordingly to remove the action behind B through G, and keep the action item for the supplemental resolution. Just to make it,
Are there any objections to amending the agenda to remove the parentheses action item from every issue item B through G, and to place item A at the end of that list? And when we approve that, we will have authorized B through G.
No,
I move that we accept the amended agenda.
okay.
Hear a motion? I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, the agenda is amended. Thanks for that, Sue.
Super. Do you want me to just jump right in since it's,
I think that would be great. You want to start with the real property purchase contract?
that's great. Now, you guys, your governing council has already approved this document back in June, I believe. So this real property purchase contract with every, unless somebody wants me to go through these documents in detail, I'm just going to summarize what they are and what they say for the governing council. Harry, just for the governing council's information, Harry and Will and I met for over an hour yesterday, and we did go through these documents in detail. And Harry had an opportunity, since he was going to be the one to be asked to sign these, Harry and Will had an opportunity to ask questions of me and ask for explanations. And so we have done that. Obviously, if any governing council member or Harry or Will have further questions today, please do raise those with me, and I'd be happy to address them. But in the interest of moving things along, I'm going to just summarize unless anyone wants me to do something different. So this purchase agreement is with the school district, Silver District, down there for the Jose Barrios property. It has been approved by your governing council previously. It has been submitted to the State Board of Finance, and has received approval from the State Board of Finance. And all that remains is to get it signed and also to sign the assignment of the purchase rights over to the NMFA. So the school is or would be under contract with the district to purchase the property, but immediately at closing, the school would be assigning its rights as the purchaser over to NMFA. NMFA will take title to the property, lease purchase the property back to you over time pursuant to that lease purchase agreement that you reviewed and approved with me in your May governing council meeting. So that's basically the structure of that transaction, and that's what that document says. Are there any questions about the real property purchase contract? Okay, let's move to the memorandum of the lease. This is a document that's going to get signed and notarized and will be placed after closing in the Grant County real estate records. That lets anybody who know who's looking at your title, a title to that property, that there's an lease purchase agreement on that property, so that anybody, who knows, anybody looking to buy that property or sell it from under you, the school and NMFA are both protected there. Okay. Any questions about the memorandum of lease? Okay, the delivery deposit and cross receipt certificate. That's a document that basically, it's pretty short. It's very short. It describes the funding that's going to be received by from the NMFA and the accounts that it's going to be placed in. And then the lease purchase arrangement further describes how those, how that funding is going to be dispersed. And we've gone through that, I think, in our May meeting. Any questions about that? Okay.
Y'all are awfully quiet this morning.
Yeah, well, it is early in the morning, but so the arbitrage and tax certificate, this is a document that affirms that the school is not going to use any proceeds of the funding received from NMFA to invest its funds and make money off of them, contrary to IRS tax rules, which are quite convoluted. But in this situation, as we discussed yesterday with Harry and Will, the school is going to be basically not touching actually any of the funds received from NMFA directly. The NMFA is going to use some of the funds to purchase, to make the property purchase from the district. And then the remainder of the funds are going to go into a construction fund that's going to be held and controlled by NMFA, that when Will's contractor, when the school's contractor has met certain benchmarks in the construction of the improvements, will put in a requisition, and then the NMFA will issue a check to the contractor in the amount of the funds requested. And then the remainder will go into a lease purchase payment fund that basically is a security deposit fund that contains about a year's worth, a little bit more of your lease purchase payment funds, and they're just going to hold that in case there's ever a problem with paying a lease purchase payment. And I did, Harry, confirm with NMFA that the way that they have this set up, the language in there is correct, that the LPA is on a taxable basis.
Yeah, I saw that. It sounded like it was a typical, this is how we always do it answer.
Yep, it is. And yeah, this is what I guess the IRS has accepted and, doesn't rock their boat.
Right, exactly.
So they don't want to do anything that would cause a boat to rock.
Sure.
So that's how this is being set up. You guys are just going to pay your lease purchase payments as you normally do using the funds that you have. Okay.
Perfect.
The general and no litigation certificate is an important document that Will and Harry went through with me in detail, paragraph by paragraph yesterday. It contains the representations of the school that NMFA is relying on in making this arrangement and providing funds to acquire and improve the property and lease purchase it back to the school. They're similar to the representations that the school made in the lease purchase arrangement, but I guess my overall question to any board members is if any of you know of any litigation or formal complaints that have been made against the school, and I'm not meaning a parent saying my kid didn't get the right teacher, but a formal complaint or any formal notice that the school has received either about this proposed transaction being somehow contrary to some other obligation that the school has, or some threat of litigation or something along those lines. Please let us know right now. Harry and Will did not know of any, but I'm opening that question up to your individual members.
I know of none.
No. I know of none.
I also know of none.
Thank you all.
Me either.
Okay, great, thank you.
I do have a question about this document quickly.
Go for it, Tanya.
Yeah, not all, I'm just curious why not all the paragraphs are listed. It as, do you see, so I'm looking at the general and no litigation certificate, and it says the attorney for the school is certifying only as to paragraphs, and then lists the paragraphs, but like paragraph 13 is missing, paragraph 19 is missing in that list. I'm just curious.
Because those are things that are deemed to be outside of my scope of knowledge.
Okay.
And so you guys are still making those representations, but yeah, I have no way of verifying those. And
Okay.
so that's why those are taken. That's not something that I am certifying. Hazardous substances indemnity agreement. This is pretty standard language that you'll see in any lease purchase arrangement. It basically says that you're going to indemnify any NMFA for any hazardous substance or cleanup that's required on this property that's either existing now or that the school later places on the property. So the NMFA is saying we're not going to be responsible for any hazardous substance. You all did receive a phase 1 environmental assessment that came out generally clean. And in other words, there were no identifiable environmental hazards. There is asbestos on the property, but it's encapsulated. And as long as any future project on the property does not disturb those materials, there is not a problem. But what this would cover is, if someday someone digs a big hole in the property and discovers a leaking underground storage tank, that would be a situation then that the school would have clean up. Okay, so those are what's called in the supplemental resolution, the lease documents. And this supplemental resolution authorizes, well, it discusses or it lists rather the lease documents that we just went through, and it authorizes Harry, your secretary, where necessary, and Will and myself to finalize these documents and execute them, and provide them at the closing of this property so that this property transaction can take place. So there is going to be, NMFA is going to publish a notice in your paper there that this resolution has passed, and that is not normally something that you do or that has to be done, but NMFA likes it to be done in the context of these transactions because it protects the transaction from NMFA's standpoint later on if someone comes in and says, hey, I have a problem with this transaction. So that is, I mean, if you'd like, we can go through this resolution paragraph by paragraph, but it's fairly short.
Anybody want to do that?
No, thank you.
I don't need, thanks.
All right,
Look at it.
what we need then is a motion to approve a resolution number. Will, do you have that number figured out?
So that's a good question, Sue. Does it matter if we do resolution number 3, which would be numerically correct for this fiscal year, and then in our August GC meeting, amend the release of assets resolution from 007 to resolution number 2? Would that be appropriate, or is it best in this situation to go with 008 since we had that error in the resolution for the asset removal?
Yeah, my vote is the former, but you're asking Sue for a legal opinion. I think yesterday she told us she was neutral.
Okay. In that case, I would elect that we continue to make it resolution number 303.
Yeah, whatever the number you assign, it just has to stay that way. We can't be messing around later on with this particular resolution number and
Right.
a different one.
Okay.
Move that we, excuse me, I move that we approve supplemental resolution 3.
Would it be 2703?
Yes.
2703.
Perfect. Wait a minute. This is a resolution supplementing an earlier resolution. The resolution that it's supplementing, Will, was 26 something.
2603.
Yeah. So don't change that line. Just, yeah, there you go.
Got it. Good catch.
Bingo. And by the way, the dates, did you already explain about the dates, Sue? Those blanks get filled in later.
Yes. Well, these blanks here, capitalized terms used in this resolution number 2703 get filled in now.
Now, okay.
Adopted on July 22nd, 2026.
Okay, cool. We can fill those in now.
Fill those in now, and then yeah, don't worry so much about that, about dates in the rest of the documents.
Right. A lot of these are pending approval by the department secretary, which hasn't happened unless it happened early this morning.
We don't have the letter yet. We've been notified informally that it has passed muster with all the PED departments, and we are the LPA is what I'm talking about, lease purchase agreement. And we are waiting just for the secretary to sign and send us the letter of approval. So all systems appear to be go. We're just waiting for that last item.
So we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Tanya. It was motioned by Jim, second by Tanya. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed say nay. Didn't think so, but wanted to make sure. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, everybody. And Will and Harry, would you sign the required pages of the documents? And you can just email those back to me, scan and email just the signature pages.
And Jim has some duties there too, right?
Do as well. Yes, just a couple.
Secretary as well.
At some point, we talked about the vice chair. Is there some signature for her, Susan? I can't remember.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I can't remember why we talked about the vice chair position. All right.
Put her name on the, in the blank for the vice chair.
Oh, but no signature. All right, perfect.
And, Will, do you have the lease purchase arrangement document from the June meeting? Or excuse me, May meeting?
I can pull it up.
That needs to get signed as well, and, I believe that one has a notary block.
Hmm.
So if your notary is there, the two notarized documents need to be the memorandum of lease and the lease purchase arrangement.
Sounds good. We,
Okay.
Harry, Jim and I will get those signed and notarized.
Yep.
Just scan those back to me. And will, Harry, you go off on and do your thing when you need to today. And Will and I will arrange for how the originals and everything get sent to me or to whoever they need to get sent to.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great.
Thank you, everybody, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sue.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Safe travels, Aaron. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, Aaron.
All right, but I think
Adjournment.
as the secretary, you want to adjourn our meeting,
I
although
adjourn this meeting at 8:17 a.m.
thank you. Thanks all. Appreciate it.